Howdy folks, I'm Brian,
I'm Amber.
and here's some Reddit. Our first story is titled, Am I a jerk for refusing to attend my brother's wedding after my sister-in-law left my 2-month-old on a park bench? Me and my sister-in-law have always been close. Her and my brother met when they were 15 and I was 12, and I'm now 21. She was always really nice to me, and we bonded over the fact that my parents don't like either of us. A few weeks ago, I got a call into work, and my sister-in-law said that I shouldn't waste money on a babysitter when I could just let them take her for a bit. My husband was also at work. I guess at some point she decided to take her dog for a walk. She says that when they were walking through the park, the leash slipped out of her hand. Without thinking, she put my daughter on a nearby bench. She was in a little carrier, and she ran after the dog. She didn't even catch the dog. And it wasn't until 2 hours later that she even realized that she was missing. When I came home to pick up my daughter, she broke down and told me everything. I was livid, but I was so thankful that no one kidnapped her. My husband was so mad that he stormed down to their house to yell at her. She recently messaged me the details about her wedding. I told her that I would not be attending. She called me, sobbing, saying that I'm being petty and she wishes that someone would have kidnapped my daughter. I hung up on her and she apologized and said that she needs me there. My friends and family have called me saying that I am being petty and she was stressed and it was an accident. Am I the jerk? All right, folks. What do you think about this situation? Do you think that OP is overreacting? Do you think that they're being petty at all with the situation? Let me know in the comments below. I honestly think that OP is, not overreacting in this situation. I think that this was a pretty awful thing to say, and I think that especially saying that at the end when her sister-in-law said that she wished that the kid had been kidnapped by someone, I think that crossed the line. I really do think that crossed the line here, and I think with that in mind, I can understand why OP would have a really hard time wanting to see this person who they were really close with. I think that if at some point in time OP can find a place of forgiveness in their heart, that might open up some doors here, but I can certainly not fault OP for not wanting to see the person who left their kid alone for 2 hours. So yeah. Anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, this is nuts. She wished someone would kidnap your daughter? Never talk to this woman again. What she did was bad enough, but follow up with this is absolutely bizarre. OP, you are not the jerk, you are not being petty. What you are doing is being a mom and ensuring the safety and well-being of your child. This woman is clearly not in her right mind if she forgot about your child for 2 hours, let alone her disgusting comment. Our next letter is titled, Am I the jerk for insisting on teaching our future child my native language? I'm a 23-year-old female and I've been living in the UK for 5 years now because of studies and work. I've been dating my boyfriend, a 24-year-old male, for 4 years and we've recently had a discussion about kids. Let me preface this by saying that he's British and only speaks English, while I'm from Finland, so my native language is Finnish and English is only my second language. I told my boyfriend that I want to teach our future kids Finnish so they can communicate with my side of the family. He told me I was dumb for even suggesting it, saying it was going to confuse the kids since we live in the UK. He also said that there was no point in teaching them Finnish since they'll never use it since there are only approximately 6 million speakers. He said that it would be hard for them and they wouldn't be able to properly speak English if I confused them like that. Somebody does not understand how multilingual people work. Now my parents don't speak good English and neither do my siblings. I also have cousins who live in Sweden and everyone in my family has a hard time communicating with their kids because my cousin thought there was no point in teaching them Finnish. So from this experience, I already know that if I don't teach my kids Finnish, then they're going to be alienated from my side of the family completely. I've told my boyfriend this and he still insists not to do it. It's pointless, etc. Am I the jerk for wanting to teach my kids Finnish despite my boyfriend's points? So, for all it's worth, your boyfriend likes to throw out the word dumb an awful lot when what you would be doing is making your kids smarter. There is absolutely 100% a valid reason and a valid point to teaching a kid a second language. It's not going to confuse them. If they grow up being able to speak both, then they're going to, especially from a young age, they're going to be able to master both languages, and it's not going to confuse them. That's not how being bilingual works. You can speak two languages, and you can speak them well as principal languages. That is being bilingual in a nutshell. So your boyfriend is being dumb by suggesting this. By suggesting that you should not teach your kids another language. Teaching kids another language has been a tradition that's been going on for a long time. Kids used to learn multiple languages in primary school, and in fact still even in high school and whatnot, a lot of kids will learn a second language. They'll take up in the United States at least, Spanish is a very common one, French is as well. German, there are a few different key languages here that the U.S. offers. Latin especially. Chinese especially, Amber says. And, there are a pocket of languages that are really useful to know, but any additional language that you learn is going to be useful and is going to help build up the neurons in the brain. It's going to give you a different perspective in the world, and that's always good and useful. So I think that this is a non-concern, and I would question whether or not you should stay with somebody who's going to outright insult you over suggesting to teach your kids something. Plain and simple. This is like saying, oh, you'll confuse a kid by teaching them how to work on machines because then they'll not be able to do X, Y, or Z. I mean, there's just no good, solid foundation and reason here. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk, but your boyfriend sure is. You've told him that your future children need to speak Finnish in order to communicate with your family, and he's responded that it's pointless. What does that tell you about his views on your family and your culture? Are you sure you want to procreate with someone who disrespects your culture and your family like that? My thoughts exactly. This, 100%. My parents made sure that my siblings and I speak Spanish because both of the families are mainly Spanish speakers. It always makes me really sad watching my grandparents struggle to communicate with my younger cousins, all because their mom is American and my uncle didn't teach them. Not the jerk. OP needs to decide how important her family bonds are and whether she's willing to sacrifice those for a guy who clearly doesn't even respect her culture or heritage. Yeah. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. If you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.